Hi there guys, Harvey here, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while, obviously international break, incredible win for England last night by the way, 3-2, but it's been a bit of a, decline in terms of club news, but yesterday there was a lot of stuff around the new singing section, and obviously it's been a massive centre of attention around Palace at the moment. It's been the main talking point for fans, not just Palace fans, but it's turning out fans from other clubs as well. It's all about this Homestyle Fanatics situation, and it's going on longer than I think it should be. This video is going to be another Palace Daily, and I'm just going to talk about it because we've had some new news come out on it, specifically from the Block E fans, their side of the whole story situation, and I think it's really interesting to read. I did tweet about it. Do follow me on Twitter down below in the description to see what I had to say about it, my initial reaction, but I'm going to do a video reaction here to you guys who didn't hear what happened. So yesterday, the Block E fans, there was a select group who made a joint statement on the situation, specifically the Block E fans affected by the club's decision to remove us from our seats. So that already sounds like, they're not happy, and the statement, I'll just read through it because it's not too long, and it's, I think we give a lot of support to the Fanatics as fans. We acknowledge how big they are to our success and how important it is we get our atmosphere back at Selhurst. They're a massive part of that, of course, and and for the club to go to the next step and to move forward and progress, this singing section is very beneficial. But equally, we have to listen to this side of it. We have to acknowledge the Block E fans. They're no one's above anyone here. We're all equal in this situation. So this is the Block E side of things. So I've done a video on the Homestyle Fanatics, me supporting them and getting that sorted. So equally, I want to support these guys and show you what they're saying and my thoughts on their side of the story as well. So the Block E statement goes as follows. This is a statement from a group of committed Block E fans who have joined together in order to give a balanced view and representation of the impact of the club decision to move the Fanatics. Approximately 400 season ticket holders from rows 18 to 36 are going to be affected. Quite a lot, seeing as the Fanatics only take about 100 season tickets in Block B. So I think it shows that it's going to be quite a big singing section, which is good because it needs to grow. But equally, that's a lot more than I think people, including myself, anticipated would have been affected by this. So that's worth acknowledging. Many of these people have held those tickets since the stand was built in 1995. Again, that's always going to be a touchy subject. People have been there since the start of the Homesdale end. Since since it's moved from the terraces to the stands, that's always going to be a touchy subject. Very, very hard for the club to deal with that, I acknowledge, but you've got to take that into account. Many stood on the same spot before that. People sit with their family and friends. For most, this experience is one of the most important things in their lives. I can agree with that. I can absolutely understand where they're coming from. We are a community equal to the Fanatics, and that's the main point. There are no set of fans who should be getting superior treatment, and by that I mean everyone's equal. Absolutely 100% agree. And the Block E fans, if they are going to be moved, which is what's happening, I think that they should be getting equal treatment to the Fanatics. If the Fanatics are getting a move they desire, I think they should be getting moves they desire to parts of the ground that are available to them, or hugely discount their season tickets to, justify them being moved from places they've been for so long. Obviously, some people look at it and go, it's just a seat, mate. It's not so sentimental. You're a Palace fan at the end of the day. You haven't really seen anything happen in that seat for years, apart from maybe a few promotions, relegations. But, some people, it means more than that. Like they said here, some people, this is their life, it's one of the most important things in their lives, in that seat, watching the team they love and they've grown up with. So you've got to, some people care more than others. And I'm not saying that other people who are willing to leave and stuff don't care. They absolutely do care. But the ones that care so much that then they really hate the fact they're going to move from their seat because this is the spot they've been for so long, you can kind of understand that. I'm not gonna. Who's in the right to criticise these people who don't want to move? They have no right to move whatsoever if they don't want to. The current proposal offered by the club is inadequate and unworkable, and this is where it gets touchy because we thought we'd had a step forward. The Fanatics, we thought it'd all been agreed, and it had been agreed with the club and Fanatics, and the plan is going to go forward next season. And we were all uplifted about that going into the Wolves game. Obviously, the result didn't reflect that. But now this has kind of set it down a notch again. It's like one step forward, two steps back, sort of cliche. the fact that we thought we were getting somewhere, now it's clear that a lot of the Blocky fans find, as they said, as they quote here, inadequate and unworkable the proposal offered by the club in terms of how they're going to be affected by it. I think, it shows that it may have been a bit rushed from the club, the whole uproar about the Fanatics not being there, and they may have reacted a bit too quickly and promptly without considering really, really deeply what is best here, because it's clear from the phone calls that the Blocky fans affected have been given that they're not happy, or most of them aren't happy. Continuing on, it will be unlikely that people will be able to get seats in their current groupings. For many, the entire matchday experience, something they have had for 20 plus years, will be will be changed for the worse. So, I totally believe that. I totally understand that. 20 plus years in the same seat and stuff, and you're in a group. That's the main thing for me. If you're in a group, because I've been in a group, me and my family have gone with the same seats in the Upper Holmesdale. Obviously, I've moved with my brother down to the Lower Holmesdale now, but we've been in the same seats together for a number of years now, and I can understand that. You want to stay together. It's been going for years. It's a family thing. It's 90 minutes where you can go away from the outside world and you can just be there with your friends, family, and just support the team we all love. And this is kind of ruining that, because it's very unlikely, if you've got a group of 5 people plus, like for example we have, that you're going to be able to stay together. You're more than likely going to have to be split up. I doubt there's many parts at Sellers Park, because it's a small capacity in terms of the Premier League. It's very unlikely you're going to have 5 seats together. We fully recognise the massive role the Fanatics have played in the sector club over the last 10 years, and we also recognise the strength of feeling amongst the wider fan base to accommodate the return. So they acknowledge that, which is great. But we also ask that fellow supporters recognise our loyalty and right to an equitable solution. And that's what I'm doing. That's the whole reason I'm doing this video, to give them an extra platform to get out there, to realise, for those who haven't seen it, what they want, what they're arguing. And I totally get that this is the hardest thing, and I said this in my tweet. Go and follow me and look at it if you haven't already. But I support the Fanatics argument totally, but I also support the Blocky argument totally. It's one of the hardest things to sort out, because both sides are absolutely right in what they want, what they're trying to achieve, what they expect of the club. They're both absolutely spot on. So that puts me right down the middle. And I think a lot of fans are right down the middle. Those fans that are backing the Fanatics, I think, are expecting the Blocky supporters to grow up a bit. And it's just a seat is the argument. Some people, it is more than a seat. And equally, if that was you being moved from your seat when you don't want to move and you're happy, because it is a good view there right behind the goal in the Lower Holmesdale, it's a good atmosphere, and you want to be moved to the back of Arthur Waite where you got the gantry in the way or something and you can't really see, I wouldn't want that personally. I wouldn't want that. I'd want to stay. So again, goes back. I totally understand both sides of this argument. And they finish off with this last couple of lines. We urge all parties to have further discussions, consult with us, and try and find a better solution. We would also ask the Fanatics to help us in this process. I think that's key. The Fanatics and the Blocky fans and the club, all in one room, should sit down. All the Blocky fans affected, or some representatives of the Blocky fans that are going to be affected, should sit with the Fanatics and the club in one room, just talk it through and come out with the best solution for all parties, because it's clear that they haven't all been addressed. They've been addressed at different times, and different things have been agreed when others haven't heard about it, and it's caused this, which is now, like I said, taken the whole thing a few steps back. So that was, by the way, that tweet is from Steve Stringer. He wanted us to retweet that to try and get it out to other people. Steve Stringer, Palace fan, and he's a Blocky fan affected by it. He's the one who released that statement. So credit to them. That I think that's great that they've done that. It's great to get their voices heard. And it's clear now to the rest of the fans that a lot of the Blocky fans are unhappy with this. Some of them are willing to move, but the overwhelming majority clearly are unhappy with the offer that has been given to them. Obviously, we don't know in the phone calls given to these fans what the club have offered them as a result of getting them kicked out of their seats effectively. And clearly they're not happy with what the club are offering them in return for that. So it'll be interesting to see how this develops. I really hope we can sort it out. But guys, let me know your thoughts. My final thoughts are just Blocky, Fanatics and the club should all sit together, sort this out. Not just for themselves, but for the club. It's for the good of the club. Both sides can get something out of this. Both sides can get what they want out of this. But it's clear that the club have rushed to a decision with the Fanatics, and as much as I want them back, as I said, I love the singing section, I love the idea, I want it so much, honestly, and I want to be a part of the singing section if I can. But it's clear that it's got to be done in the correct way, and I think it's just been rushed at this stage, so I think it needs a bit more thinking. As I said, interesting to find out what happens next, but that's it for this Palace Daily, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments down below what you think. Please be respectful of Blocky fans if you're not. If you're against what they are, and please be respectful of the Fanatics as well. Don't try and be too one-sided in your thoughts. Try and acknowledge both sides. And yeah, comment below. I'd love to hear your comments and thoughts on this one. I hope you enjoyed this Palace Daily. Leave a like if you did. Share it as well. Get it to other Palace fans to also respond to this. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.